Okay, welcome back to another episode of Stick Talk, home of the most out-of-pocket hot takes.
Home of... I had it. Home of Farrah Fawcett. I lost the last part of it.
It's all right.
You know, the worst part about those is I spend like days trying to come up with one and don't write them down.
And this is one take. We only do one take.
That's it. It's a hot take.
And it's a hot take, so...
Man, that was a full circle conversation. Welcome back, though.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We had some scheduling issues, but we're back into it every weekend.
Yeah, well, it's a Monday now, so...
Except for this weekend.
You're already lying to them.
Oh, God.
We're sorry about him today. He was out in Cuba for a week, so he's a little different right now.
I got hit with...
He thinks he's Mr. International now.
I got hit with Monzula's revenge, so I've been off a little bit.
What's that again?
Food poisoning. When you come back from Cuba or those kind of places, you get bad food poisoning called
I've never.
Monzula's revenge or something like that. Something
Wait.
with an M and then something revenge.
I thought it was specifically Cuba, but it's like any of those places. Where those places?
Yeah, Dom.
Yeah,
What is
Dom.
Those places.
Yeah.
Like
Huh?
South America.
Oh, so we're just gonna call South America those places now, are we?
I'd say it's more to like the Dominican, Cuba, and like Mexico.
Oh, okay.
I'd say those. Anyway, when you come back, it just messes up your whole digestive system, and you're out for a week.
That's just-
At least me, I was out for a week.
That's just the white body not being able to handle
No,
the
that's
spice.
just Dom's body.
I love spice.
I might have getting burned up. It was supposed to be a video of spice.
Yeah, which
Anyway.
did not work out.
Anyway,
Anyways,
so
We hoped you missed us.
how are you guys doing? You guys doing?
tell us that.
Let us know.
Leave something in the comments. So,
Let's just get into it.
So,
What's on the dinner table today, Cameron?
I was trying to think of a clever segue, but
you're usually good with the segues.
I know. I poked myself in the eye, so I'm kind of out of it. Anyways,
What?
dinner. Oh,
Wait.
you want to know what's on the dinner table?
Hold on.
I poked myself in the eye by accident.
No, that's recorded. We have audio clips of
You
that.
can watch it. Watch. Anyone who doesn't believe.
Oh, by the way, we're at 32.
Why did
Oh,
you
yeah.
add one from mine?
Because I heard something completely different.
We'll check back. If it's wrong,
I didn't swear.
people in the comments, check that out.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll
What?
get into that.
I'll put one here as a reminder. But okay, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
You guys like a New York sirloin?
I love a New York sirloin.
Funny
that's-
enough about New York, eh?
What happened in New
That's
York?
your segue.
So yeah, it's been a week. I have to tune back in.
Fair
you know?
enough. Fair
You know?
enough.
So this happened on the 25th of February. So a couple, like 10 days ago, whatever. So what happened was,
By the way,
never
before
mind.
you do start, though, did we say the date?
I mean, it's
March 5th.
Monday, March 5th. There you go.
so
Sorry.
a gentleman whose name was not released in the press
Mhm.
was arrested in Japan. What ended up happening was they found a missing woman who was chopped up inside his suitcase, inside of a hostel. Or they don't call it a hostel, they call it like a low budget free
Yeah.
welcome center in Japan, or
Mhm.
Yeah.
right. Now they didn't find the whole body with him.
How much of it did they find? Like, which pieces did he...
So what happened
The
was
sirloin? Is that where this
Is
is?
that-
no. My bridge was he's from New York sirloin.
Okay.
That was my bridge.
There's a double entendre there that you just didn't even realize.
I told you it's been a week. I
No,
need,
fair
I need to
enough.
get back into it.
Fair
So when they went to this low budget staying place, inside of his suitcase, they only found the head. No body, nothing. So eventually, he owned up. He said, "Yeah, I did it." Blah blah blah. This is where you can find the rest of the body, but it wasn't all in one place. He spread it out. He wanted to add a little lovin' around Japan. That's a terrible joke. I'm sorry for that. So yeah,
Just instant regret.
Just
I thought, yeah. Anyways, so they went to those places and they found him. The craziest part about this, well, not the craziest part, the second craziest part, is they interviewed the parents, and they told like they
The
found
parents
out
of the guy?
yeah.
Okay.
And they said, oh, blah blah blah, our son would never do that, typical spiel. And what they said is that he's been in love with Japanese culture his whole life, and he wanted to move there and marry someone there.
So the person that he killed,
Is Japanese.
were they Japanese?
Yeah, they're from Japan, but he was a tourist from New York.
I want to make a sushi joke so bad right now.
Don't even do it.
I shouldn't.
You
The fact that I just put that out there
You
is...
you
Yeah, that's
shouldn't,
already
but now
enough.
everyone else is thinking about a sushi
Yeah,
joke.
now you guys are... You're terrible for even
for
thinking,
thinking
about
about
that.
something.
So yeah, the way he found his victim was through a dating app in Japan. He was trying to find the one, the lucky lady over there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I've tried so hard not to make
I
a
know.
number of jokes right now.
I know.
But go on, yeah.
Come on.
So the craziest part about all of this is that 4 months before this happened, there was another case, but this time, in the same spot that this guy stayed, someone disposed of 9 bodies inside of coolers and containers in that same hostel. But it's a completely different...
Oh, I think I remember that story, yeah.
Completely different case. It was the exact... I don't know if it was the same hostel, but it said the same area.
So was it like a...
They
copycat, maybe, something like that?
They didn't say anything about that. It was kind of like a coincidence that it's the exact same area.
What the hell?
That's
that the
crazy.
person, yeah.
That's messed up.
So
He's like arrested now. He's in custody. He admitted to it, so obviously he's...
how did they like find him? Like how did they like?
How do you even get ahead through like customs on Japan's side?
No, he was in Japan, and then he did what he did and stored the girl's head.
But did they catch him in Japan or New York?
They caught him in Japan. He's from New York.
Oh, okay.
okay.
So
Yeah,
he's caught
so
in...
he didn't do it in New York and then
Yeah.
say, boom, I'm taking the head with
So
me.
why would he keep the head?
Yeah,
They didn't ask him about that at first. Like, they didn't disclose that information in
Like-
any press.
Like
I'm thinking of something just terrible on why he would only keep the head.
I think we're all.
And it's I mean, like, you're probably thinking it too, but like it's gross. That must be the only reason.
I mean, I feel like there's another body part he could have taken.
Or maybe he wanted to get caught.
But why? Like, who in their right mind would want to cut up a body like Dexter and then just say, you know what, this isn't for me, I want to go to jail?
Maybe that was the whole point, was that he wanted to get caught.
I wanted to go to jail. Maybe
Like
in
he
a few.
wants to be kind of like
Maybe this is
No.
like a law-abiding citizen situation,
what the Japanese girl like killed his family years ago.
or something like that. And
Or
now
maybe-
he's trying to get into jail.
Maybe she's part of like a... Maybe he's low-key a hitman.
Maybe Jamie Foxx is a lawyer in Japan,
Yo,
and the whole system's
Yo.
we should just rename this podcast
Conspiracy. Something with conspiracy.
"Conspiracy,"
We don't even try anymore; it just happens.
but they make sense. Realistically, though, anything can turn into a
Conspiracy.
conspiracy.
If you try hard enough, yeah.
Well, I mean, literally anything in the world is a conspiracy.
If you look at level of obscurity, everything starts as like a joking idea, goes into something that logically makes sense. Conspiracy, religion. In that exact
Tell me
order.
something that makes sense.
that isn't true,
No.
or that like logically could make
5
sense.
W's in Fortnite in one day.
Besides that, like what like makes sense that has like happened.
That's happened.
Yeah, like
Niagara Falls.
And it's so hard to think about it because it's overwhelming how many things.
how many things are right, but like I feel like you could put a spin on anything, right? Like just off the top of my head, I'd be thinking like, oh, Donald Trump is the president.
It's
Or
a
is
TV
he, or does
show.
he have a body double?
No. This is one
Okay, I see what you're
conspiracy.
saying.
You know,
Like you see, plant the idea, like
like
Inception style.
yeah, like things are factually true, but like, are they?
Yo, there's one conspiracy.
Damn, Tom's on stuff.
There was one conspiracy about Trump being president, and it was that this is just going to, like, it's a reality show, and like 20 years down the line, it's going to be perfectly edited.
Yo, I've been saying this.
Yeah, but I
if
agree with that
Oprah
too.
runs for
It-
president,
100% confirmed.
who's not watching that?
Yeah, because I think like
Even Kanye
even if you
Even
look,
Kanye's
and The Rock.
yeah, because if you
Oh
look,
my god.
if you look at like production television, it kind of started as like like your sitcoms and whatnot, like stuff like that, and then they did like the whole reality game shows,
Like Family Feud.
and then
those
they
stuff.
started doing like the reality shows like Jersey Shore and whatnot,
Shout out Jersey Shore.
and then like at this point, I can't see like mass media being like, dude,
Where else are they gonna go?
why not like why script reality television? Why not just make reality the television?
Just film reality.
Like, you know Mars? You know the whole like thing to like colonize Mars?
Mm-hmm.
Their whole idea to fund the program is the 5 people they send, they want to live stream it on television. Like it'll be a reality show. That's their whole idea to market the whole mission itself.
That'd be amazing.
Would you go to
Would
Mars?
you go to Mars?
Yeah.
Honda.
If it was a one-way ticket, I mean,
Done.
like obviously it's gonna be a one-way ticket, but like
I'm assuming Matt Damon's already up there, so obviously I
Matt
wanna go.
Damon's already farming potatoes
Yo,
up
Yeah.
there.
there's lays for days out there.
Lays for
Lays for days.
But you can't just go there and just like chill. Like you have to do like work there too.
100%.
You know, and like build kind of like a dome or some kind of ecosystem. Like
I would 100 do that.
why?
Because here's the thing,
That'd be
like,
so sick.
like when you look at your life as like a purpose, right? I'm gonna get a little deep
Yeah,
on this,
okay.
right? Like your legacy would precede your life 100% if you went to Mars.
First of all, does Mars even exist?
Does Earth? Do you? Do I? Does anything?
Okay.
Anyway.
Next topic.
Okay, no, but so you'd go to Mars on that one way.
Would you?
I'd have to think about it.
I would do it. You would be part of the first people to colonize Mars. We still talk about Christopher Columbus.
We're still talking about like.
And he
Okay.
discovered North America by mistake.
We're still talking about Neil Armstrong.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he just landed on a giant rock.
We talk about Neil Armstrong, but I bet half the people mix him up with Lance Armstrong, which has a bad reputation for blood doping.
No, I
so
think-
do you really think about Neil Armstrong, or do you think about blood doping?
Well, I'm educated, so I think about Neil Armstrong.
But put it this way, Neil didn't even colonize.
Don't give me that look like I'm not educated, dog.
No, okay, go on.
But think about it, Neil didn't even colonize the moon. Imagine if you're one of the first to colonize Mars.
Yeah, like
You'd
any
be a god.
like future generations that live there would remember you.
Okay, well, what if you go there, and you're supposed to land first? Like you're
I'll
the one
do it.
that's supposed to open the door, and some guy behind you pushes you out of the way and steps on Mars first. The whole mission, the whole reason
I'm
why.
taking his helmet off.
You would still actually no. Fair enough, because like yeah,
I'd take his helmet off and kick him off the planet. Let him
'cause-
float.
yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough, because we talk about like
Just give him one of those salutes.
Christopher Columbus, but we don't talk about anyone else that was like on the
on-
ship.
So if you're person number 2, if your foot touches Mars
enough.
second,
Yeah, but I'm telling you.
nobody cares about you.
But
Fair
who's
enough.
going to know besides you and the other person if the other person's gone?
Yeah, because you know what?
True.
No one really talks about Buzz Aldrin. Everyone talks about Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, it's Neil Armstrong and then Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Buzz. Oh, you have a cool name, Buzz.
Buzz. Oh, were you named after Buzz Lightyear? That's what everyone thinks. Like, it's the
Probably.
opposite. Yeah.
I heard that he was though.
See what I mean? In order of education. That's how we sit on the podcast.
Let's go say something else, but
Sorry. If you swear. You
No,
have to pay.
I don't know for me. I gotta sneeze.
Just let it out, Dom.
I can't.
Do you want me to
if all
massage
three of us landed on Mars, I'd definitely get rid of Martino first. Take his helmet off, kick him right off Mars.
You wouldn't make it on the rocket ride up.
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I would open the
You
hatch.
black out from the stress?
The G-forces?
I'd kill Martino first, 100%.
Why first? So what, is he second?
Yeah.
No, I'm not killing Dom.
Why do you say first like that?
Because if there was an order, you'd be first.
Yeah, Cam's gonna go up there,
I'd
open
go-
up the suitcase.
No, you know what?
Head.
Okay, but what?
He'd be first, I would be second, and I'd let Dom live.
That would be miserable. So you
Just because
that's
his,
even worse.
That's worse for me.
just because his birthday was yesterday, and I love him more.
Oh,
I got you that shout out.
pound that.
Would you rather go to Mars by yourself or with a group?
By myself.
Because here's the thing: those group of 5 you would live with for presumably the rest of your life.
Unless something terrible happens.
I'd rather go to Mars by myself with like a Mars rover.
Would you? Okay, I think I'd go easier if I knew that it was like a thing where like every 6 months, like more people
Yes.
would come and there'd be like more food and equipment and stuff, and you could start building, right?
I would be able to do it for sure that way. I would still do it for sure. Like if there's just a
I don't know.
way.
I feel like I'd be really happy for those people that get up there and realize that like there's probably nothing there.
Right. But would it not be interesting to
To
like
go there.
see like a new
It would-
colonization, like especially in our lifetime, to think like, wow, we're still colonizing things.
It would be, but like
Like, damn, white people are ruining something else now. Like
Wow.
in space this time though.
Like,
Space.
imagine if they're planting avocados on Mars. You would definitely be the first one to go there.
Dom would be the one to start He'd be like the
Avocado planter.
botanist
Yeah.
for avocados and Mars.
He'd like sneak one in like his crotch one day, and like they'd pat him down. He's like, "Oh, don't worry."
Don't worry.
And then he goes up there, cracks it open.
You know what's kind of funny? Do you know the guy that hit a golf ball on the moon?
No.
Wasn't that Buzz Aldrin?
It may have been
Buzz
Buzz.
Lightyear.
It may have been Buzz. I'm not sure who it was, but there was a guy. I remember reading the story about this. One of them went up to the moon and hit a golf ball on the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And NASA lost their mind on him.
Why?
Because like,
NASA.
yeah, NASA, so dumb. Because like when he brought up the golf balls with him, they knew about the golf clubs, but they didn't know about the balls. And the few extra balls he brought with him messed up like all the math and like could have killed them.
Why?
Just because of like the little bit extra of mass.
Oh,
Like back then when they were doing the calcs for like the rocket
Yeah.
ships, it was like down to a gram that they had like the weights and whatnot of everything measured.
Really?
Yeah, so I remember reading something, I think it was in National Geographic or something about that.
Okay.
Switch it
I
up
could
after.
see that,
Or you
though.
guys.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong if I'm wrong.
I
But-
could see that though.
No, like it. Yeah, I think he brought like
How many golf balls is he bringing?
I don't. This was like a year ago. I read this thing, so I'm not exactly sure on the details.
But this is facts. Like this.
But
happened.
here's
Yeah,
my
this
question.
happened. Yeah, no, like someone shot a golf ball at the moon, but like because of what he brought with him, the weight was skewed. They didn't die. They didn't die.
Did anything happen?
No, nothing bad really happened. But NASA was saying like, you not telling us this could have caused a huge repercussion.
Okay, but here's my thing.
Repercussions.
Oh my god.
Here's
I
my
had a
thing though.
stroke. I'm sorry.
What was NASA expecting with him just bringing golf clubs up?
That's what I mean. That's
like,
why.
How would they not know that there was golf balls? Like, if someone's going to the moon with golf clubs, what else are they doing?
Do they have to plan like what they eat before? Because what if some guy has a big breakfast, carries like an extra few?
Yeah, no, that like it's interesting to read about because the programming they went through was like crazy intense. Like even like the rocket engineers that were working on this stuff, like you have you ever seen that picture of the chick that did like the research?
Oh, the huge book.
Yeah, like she
Yeah,
did
yeah.
everything by hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that blows my mind.
I mean, right now I'm sure they could do that in the.
I can't even do long division.
Yeah, I'm sure they could do it on their iPhone now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you could probably make a rocket on your iPhone right now.
Elongated musket could probably do it in a second.
Elongated musket.
You probably already have.
He actually did send a rocket.
No, he
He,
sent a car.
he sent a few things into space recently.
Yeah, he's
Elon Musk.
With a
He
car.
launched a rocket, what, like last week? Of a satellite?
Yeah, and there was a huge thing. I don't know if you saw, but basically, like with SpaceX,
Right.
they like plan everything. They have Twitter and Instagram, and they're basically saying all the time like, we're gonna send this rocket into space on this day at this time.
Weather dependent. Because the wind, I remember
Weather,
the
okay,
wind.
but like they sent it over, and the trajectory of the rocket had to go like over Los Angeles or something, and like everybody in LA like freaked out. They were like, "Oh my god, like this is aliens for sure."
Oh, yeah, I remember
Do you
this.
remember that?
This was like a month ago,
Yeah, it was a little while ago, but basically, then they were like, "Oh," like SpaceX was like, "Oh no, like it was actually us," and everyone's like, "Nah, like we're not buying it. Like it's aliens. Like why would the rocket go over LA?" And SpaceX was like, "No, like we've been planning this for months. like it's been everywhere." And then everyone's like, "You're not fooling us. That's aliens."
Yo, but that's what we read about conspiracies, though. Like, that's all it takes is someone to be like, but why? Like, if you just plant the question.
I guess, but why?
Like, if you just say, but why? Or if you're just like,
Why?
Why?
why? Why?
Why?
But that's all it takes, and, like, that's how conspiracies start, really. Like, a good conspiracy works because of how logical.
It's too logical.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, you can't argue against the logic. We're like, I guess that's possible.
I'm a sucker for a good conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I love
Like,
them.
even if I don't agree with it, I feel like we talked about this
We did.
on the last one.
We talk about this a lot. We talked this on the
Anyway,
past, like, 3.
yeah, but I don't know. If there's a good one, I'll listen.
I don't know. I'm not too big into them.
I love them. I think Dom and I are on the same page.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not with this.
Like, I
because
think,
if you go to Mars, now I don't know if I can believe you because we've talked about conspiracies too much.
So actually, let me. Okay. So let's say I was like, yo, I'm going to Mars in like 2 years. I show you paperwork. You know, like NASA selected me. I'm part of the program. 2 years go by. I leave.
so how do we know you actually go to Mars?
And you guys see footage of me on TV of me on Mars. and I'm nowhere on the Earth. Like, you ask my family, they're like, no, he went. Would you guys believe that I was at Mars?
It would take a lot of
I would
convincing.
believe.
Wow.
No. I would believe you, but I wouldn't believe whatever organization you went with. As weird as that sounds, because think about it, they have Robert Downey Jr. flying through downtown LA in an Iron Man suit, and it looks so real.
But if I personally told you I was going to Mars,
yeah, but I would need you to send me like a photo of you up there.
Here's the thing though. You
'Cause
have,
you could go
you
to,
have a
like-
good life, right?
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people. I mean,
Yeah, but you could go
I
to
guess that's not
Arizona
really true.
and just hide.
But like, so you guys think in that situation that you guys would be like, he's with the government somehow? He's
'Cause,
like,
they could easily they could be like, okay, here's $50K to go to Mars, just a number, right?
oh, to say I went to Mars.
No,
just be off
like
the
here's
map?
$50K, so they give you the paperwork and the money, right?
Right.
And they're like, we're gonna give you an extra $500K to tell people you went to Mars,
but didn't.
but you're just living in South Dakota right now.
Witness protection program, the whole works.
Yeah, but I don't even think that would work. Like, you literally have to be off the grid for the rest of your life. Because for like 5 people to go to Mars,
You're-
the whole world would know about it.
Yeah, but you're already off the grid if you go to Mars.
Yeah.
You're off.
But you're like
and-
actually off the grid if you go to Mars.
Jason Bourne did it. He
But
went
if
off the grid.
you live on the planet Earth still, after the whole world knows, like, oh yeah, these 5 people went to Mars. If you got spotted by one person, like, that'd be.
Yeah, but think about the organizations that, like, if they have the power to send you to Mars, they can definitely take you off the grid.
But that's what I mean. If they had the power to send me to Mars, they would send me to Mars.
Yeah, but do you think it'd be more expensive to send you to Mars or keep you here?
Yeah, why you?
I think. Okay, yeah, fair enough. In this hypothetical situation, let's just say for some reason.
If they needed you.
They needed him for his electrical work.
Yeah.
But even that would be like far fetched. But I see what Dom's saying. Yeah, if it's personally me. But yeah, fair enough. That would be the hole in it. Like, if it was me, I could see you guys being like, why?
But it could be anyone. Like, why them?
Well, I mean, like, unless they're sending like some of the smartest people there to like go there and do a whole bunch of tests and like send it back to Earth like via whatever,
Right.
it's just a suicide mission.
I think on all levels, sending like, let's say 10 people to Mars.
Yeah.
If you get 10 people from like all different fields of research, it would be incredibly interesting to watch.
If they recorded it, yeah, it'd be insane. It'd be
Because
awesome.
like, you would have like engineers doing their thing, like physicists doing like tasks and whatnot, like botanists and whatnot. But like, even on like a psychological level, where you watch like 10 people
And it's
have to live on one planet with each other.
not even
Were
just living on the planet, but the ride to the planet. Because it's not like a 20-minute spaceship ride.
It's like 10 years.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, fair
a
enoughow
hefty time.
I'm not sure how long it is. Is it 10 years?
I'm like,
Because aren't they trying to get people to Mars by like 2027 or something like that?
well,
I thought it was before that.
That's what Did you hear about the one guy that's saying that this was crazy, man? You might have to research this too, get a little more facts on it. There's this guy, I think he's a Russian scientist,
yeah.
that printed
7 months.
7 months,
Oh, what the?
That's not
I
bad.
would do that then.
but you can't come back. So your whole thing is the trip to Mars.
Okay, well,
If it takes 7 months there, why can't you do another 7 back?
It's like that's like not, dude. I'm not a rocket scientist, so I can't.
No,
explain
I
why.
know.
But I could see why.
I was under the assumption it would take way longer, like years. Like I thought that was part of the
No,
the
they couldn't
dilemma
do it.
to like keep people alive on the trip and like not.
No, they could
Make them go
They
insane.
could probably.
I think the whole problem is being like colonizing without oxygen.
they need to find a way to get oxygen up there for, like you said, long enough to colonize.
Yeah, like you need like colonize people, and then like food needs oxygen and whatnot. Like that would be the whole problem. I
I
think.
think it'd be cool if they send like babies up there.
Well, like I was just saying, there's this Russian scientist. I think he's Russian. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. People can search it out there.
Yeah.
But he printed the first living organism. So he printed a protein.
Okay. Out of
I
what?
heard about someone printing a protein.
Yeah. So
I
he
just didn't know who it was.
he printed this protein, but like
out of what? Like a 3G printer, or like a,
yeah, like a yeah, like a
or like an LG office jet.
no, like
No, I think it was a Samsung.
like an organic printer, pretty much is what it is, right? And like the whole idea is down the line, he's thinking instead of sending people to Mars,
Print them?
how much it would cost.
Just make them.
Like send a group of people, and then print babies, like print like people there, and then have them raised instead of sending people there.
Yeah, because I'd like to see how babies would grow up in space. Like if it would like genetically or like something like.
That's what I was.
That'd be the whole
You
crazy
know?
thing though about colonizing. But just like the fact that someone's like, oh yeah, like they don't think this is far fetched. They're like, yeah, let's just print people on Mars instead of sending them.
Is that possible?
Well, his research is like, I've just printed a protein. Like I've printed life.
Okay, but that's like.
It's very, very like.
There's like
early.
like right off the start. There's like simple proteins and like complex proteins.
Yeah,
like, what
exactly.
if he
And
just
then there's whey protein.
printed like a yeast or something like that?
Well, that's what I mean. Like it's very basic, but it's like.
I guess it's a step forward.
It shows that's like eventually, like if
It's
we improve
possible.
the technology, we could print humans. It's like, what the like we're in the future. There's no debate against that. We have
100%.
sex bots. It takes 7 months to get to Mars.
You can print
You
proteins.
gotta consider like, if you just look 100 years ago, it would take like 7 months to cross America, and half the people that you go with would die by the time you got there.
Now we can go to Mars and you
In-
can survive unless you don't bring a few golf balls with you.
Theoretically, you can survive on Mars.
And if Matt Damon's not with you, you're done.
Oh, if Matt Damon's with you,
If Matt Damon's already up there, we're blessed.
You're getting back even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll send you back. Not even with a spaceship. He'll
he'll
like
make you like a
he'll throw an impulse nade at
potato
your-
cannon.
powered by his lunch. Shoot you all the way back to Earth.
So,
What else we got? What do you?
Dom, you take it away. We just talked about Mars for about 30 minutes, which is alright. Fine with that.
Okay, let's bring the conversation back down to Earth for a sec.
That was a great.
Now that's a segue.
Let's-
a great.
Leave a
segue.
like for that segue.
That's
just that.
beautiful.
That's a segue.
Yo, that's gonna get its own timestamp right there.
Man.
I mean, let's talk like pop culture a little bit.
Ooh,
Let's
yeah.
let's talk about Young Thug. And
Ooh,
if anyone's seen about Young Thug,
I think I know. the two
recently.
topics.
I think he mentioned it in a few tweets or something. And we all know Young Thug for kind of like dressing like
He's out there.
he's like he dresses like very very freely, like doesn't really care what anyone says, like
yeah.
you know. He wants to be known now as the word sex.
Yeah.
Like, you can't call him Young Thug.
Can't call him Jeffrey.
You can't. What's his real name?
I don't know his real name, but I know like for a year and a half he was going by Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
That was his name.
Now it's sex. Like that's according to him. Like, you know.
You know what that sounds like to me? Like a real like 80s like rock band drummer's name.
Jeffrey Lamar
Yeah,
Williams.
so then he went by his real name for.
Now it's sex. Look, Young Thug and sex. So it's already on Wikipedia.
It's caps. It's all
That's
caps.
Oh yeah, capital SEX.
You know what though? Like fair enough to him.
Sex. Yeah, see, it's on his Instagram too. Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I guess I'm calling him sex.
At the end of the day, think about all these other rapper names: Lil Pump, 6ix9ine, just like
I guess.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Like names have kind of like, I don't want to say they've gone down, but like they've just kind of like, instead of gone down, they've kind of spread out.
You
Like
know
there's
what?
just so like little skis or little skies.
Yeah, like
Sky. Yeah, I saw that guy.
like even when you look at like we've been talking a lot about Kardashian baby names recently as well, right?
Mhm.
Like they've become so like obscure and abstract names. That's almost like what is a name anymore.
I was just about to say that names can literally be anything.
Yeah, like they've gone to such a point where it's obscure, where it's like, what is glass? Like, where are words even? Like, things have become so obscure.
Martino has officially joined the side of conspiracy.
No, I'm not. I'm not conspiracy side.
Would you call him sex? What if I changed my name to sex?
Here's the thing,
Call you sex.
and we were kind of talking about this earlier. with we were talking about this earlier before the podcast with
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing with people wanting to be called by the right pronouns.
Oh yeah.
And here's my thing personally is like, it's like, let's
Well,
say
like
you
him.
want to be called sex. I don't care. I'll call you sex.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because I don't care what you want to be called. Like, even when people are like, what do you prefer to be called? It's like, dude, as long as I know,
That you're talking to me?
yeah, like, you could just call me Pillow. As long as I know that you're referring to me
Okay,
as
Pillow.
Pillow from now on, that's fine, because we can still communicate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care enough about those things to be like,
But I feel like it's also like part on you to be like, okay, if I'm gonna be known as sex, I have to know that if other people are talking to me, they might laugh or something like that, you know? Just because it's just funny. Kind of.
Yeah, it is. It's weird, but like
It's one of those things.
Yo, but I feel like with music, like artists' names, like I don't even think it's that much of a big deal anymore. Like even think about like The Weeknd. This guy's name is literally 2 days of a week.
yeah, but like
It's not even
Yeah.
like at this point, like not even at this point, just throughout time listening to music, it just doesn't really faze me about people's names anymore.
it's gone to a point where like the best names in hip hop, I personally think, are the people that just use their normal name.
Like who?
Like, you know what? Fair enough. I want to say Donald Glover, but he goes as Childish Gambino.
Not anymore.
No, because he's not making
No,
music
but like
anymore.
with his music, he does.
Because he's not, after his next album, he's done making music.
Yeah, but with his music, he
He's
goes.
Childish Gambino.
That's
Oh,
Childish
okay,
Gambino.
yeah. Okay, I agree.
Right, but like, man, you know what? There's actually not really anyone I can think of.
It was
off the top of my
Kendrick.
head.
Kendrick
Yeah,
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, yeah. But like that, like sticks out where it's just like, you know, because it kind of portrays that it's like this is me, you know, like I'm not fabricated by the industry or something. Because if you look at these names, like Lil Pump,
Yeah.
and a lot of like those,
What's Lil Pump's real name?
Who cares?
Yeah, I'm not gonna look
He's
it up.
gonna have
I
an ID
hate
probably.
that guy.
What?
He probably doesn't have an ID. What is he? 17?
I think he's 17.
He's like 17 or something like
So there's one legal document that has his name on it probably.
that. That's insane.
He's not even allowed to drink in his own country.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like those rappers, what are they called? Like,
SoundCloud rappers.
yeah, SoundCloud rappers. Like their names are so.
I feel like they're trying to be the most extra just to like get more attention.
Cause here's my thing. Cause I understand. Like I get that. Like
Lil Pump.
even like Lil Uzi Vert. That's kind of like a, you know what I mean? Like his name's out there. But like, I kind of judge them based on their music. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I guess.
I don't like Pump's music. I don't like I don't even know. 6ix9ine has like 1 or 2 songs I like, but I just don't like them. But like Lil Uzi has good songs. Nav, like what kind of, his real name's not even Nav. It's 3 letters. I like his music.
What-
Yeah, but I feel like
his-
the name's a big part of it though.
That's what I mean. I don't really care too much about the name. I care more about the music they're putting out.
Yeah. No, I see what you're
I
saying.
agree with
Like
that.
your name could literally be like Suitcase, and if you put out bangers, that's exactly why. If you're putting out bangers, then
Oh,
There's a suitcase
that's
in
what I
the
said
room.
hello earlier.
Oh, damn it.
if you're put
That was
Almost.
close. That was so close. son.
We're still gonna have to review Cam's
I
take
swear I didn't say
of
anything.
what he said.
Oh, we're gonna have to review the
What-
tapes after this.
Okay, this doesn't count. But what do you guys think I said?
No.
I won't even. No, I won't even. This doesn't count.
No,
what
it
did you think I
counts.
said?
It counts. Don't say it.
No, I promise you, it doesn't count. I won't make it dumb.
The A word.
That's-
The A word. The A word.
Oh, I thought it was 2.
No,
I thought it was the F
completely
and the A word.
No, I didn't hear the F. I heard the A.
I thought he said something like.
No, don't. I'll
I'm not
charge
gonna-
you.
No, it doesn't count. I want to know what I
No,
said.
no, podcast.
No,
it
we
counts.
can't do
it
it.
counts. It counts on podcast. All right,
Maybe,
okay.
maybe we'll put it in the
back to
description.
the topic. We'll
Quickly about Young Thug.
yeah.
Domden.
Who?
Young. Oh, sex. Sorry. Next up. He also said that he's not releasing any music for the whole year.
Yeah, he's doing that thing because one of
His brother is deaf,
His brother's deaf. Yeah.
so he's trying to not release any music.
I don't mind that at all.
I mean, like, I get the gesture. I like his music. I'd like him to release songs, but I mean, it's good for him that he's doing that.
Here's the
I think
thing,
it's cool.
I don't care enough about anything to really.
Okay, but what if Kendrick Lamar said that?
Dude, the world's your oyster.
Moist,
If you
than an
stop
oyster.
making music, even, I'd be like, fair enough. I'd be upset as a fan, but it's like you're rich as hell, you know.
But he could get richer.
He's humble, no pun intended.
He
but
is humble.
He is. Like, do you remember when he bought his sister like a Honda
Wasn't
Civic?
that like
Oh.
a Camry or something?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing about that. I respect Kendrick about that, and for the people
That's what I mean. He's humble.
that
like, he-
don't.
Yeah, people are roasting him for that.
But like for the people that are listening, basically what Kendrick Lamar
Yeah.
did for his younger sister's like what 16th or 17th birthday,
something like that.
No, wasn't it for her
Or
getting
like-
her license?
or
Something
like
like that.
yeah, license or graduation, I don't know.
Something, yeah.
But he bought his younger sister, like a 2017 brand new like Honda Camry, like just a generic, like a Honda
Civic.
Civic,
Yeah, I think it was a Honda Civic.
Honda
actually.
Civic. But so yeah, people were like,
They're getting mad. Like,
they were blasting him like,
Yeah.
oh, like why didn't you buy her a Ferrari or a Lamborghini? And it's like, if that was me, I don't even know.
Well, Kendrick came out and said straight up, like,
Why would you buy that as a first car?
yeah, like he was
Didn't
saying that.
She's like 17. That's like a safe car.
Yeah.
You know, brand new too.
Plus,
like
like,
it's still expensive, like for
Even
us.
if she like makes marks on it, it's a Civic.
Yeah.
Like if she gets in an accident, it's not going to cost as much to fix it than
That's the
a
thing.
480 Spider.
Like he's a humble guy, and he like. And here's the thing with a lot. I feel like for me, it's just been like too much, but because of like such exposure to like celebrities and pop culture icons.
Pulp culture.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Why are you
it.
questioning me on that?
I said pulp culture, like
Yeah.
orange juice.
I swear.
Like,
I swear I heard pulp.
Pulp culture. No, pop culture. No, I can't do it. But because
Culture.
because of like icons in the industry and whatnot,
Yeah.
right? Because of the like grand exposure to them, I just like I'm done with it all. You know what I mean? Like when they do something, dumb or not, like Young Thug changed his name to Sax. It's like, dude, Hundo, do it.
I feel
Get
like
into
celebrities just need to like do their own thing, you know, because like
And you can see they feel the same too. Like I feel like Young Thug, and like a lot of people change their names and whatnot and do something radical like that. It's kind of just them claiming like their independence in the world, being like,
Yeah,
I could do
I
this.
think
'cause I
Young
want to."
Thug's like one of the few that literally does whatever he wants.
He doesn't care at all.
The thing is like he does stuff and people criticize him. They're like, oh, why are you dressing? Why are you in a dress? Why are you this? And then he'll put out an album. Everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna buy a dress tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's to say he does what he does because he can. Like I respect that.
you
Yeah,
do what you want when you pop it.
Yeah, you do you want when you cop it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this also brings us to another topic. I was looking at this before. I was reading an article about it,
Right.
about like Instagram fame or like
Okay.
YouTube fame per se, right?
Right.
And they were basically saying how
Something
like
that we got.
15 subscribers.
Yeah.
Anyway, but,
55 followers.
Average
57.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, sorry. No.
That's the face.
Yeah.
So
So
let's bathe in our narcissism for a second.
yeah. So there's like two sides to the coin. The way they're saying how like why you look angry at me.
No, sorry. That's my bad. Who says there's two sides to the coin?
Oh, so there's basically like, well, I'll just kind of read what it said. So it's like, when we look at people on Instagram who are like wealthier or like they travel or like better looking or like all that kind of stuff, we kind of feel it in a way as like, oh man, like I wish like I was them, or I wish like I
Right.
had what they had.
Like jealous envy, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the same time, if you look at it from their perspective, I was reading this article where they interviewed 3 Instagram famous people,
Right.
and they were saying how like their life isn't that great too, because now they have to put on a show their
Oh,
whole
man.
life.
Yeah. Fair.
And like a lot of the time these people were saying like it can lead to like really bad parts of their life. Like although they have like a lot of followers, they were saying that like every time they post a picture, it's like an adrenaline rush. And if they had a bad day, they would like want to post more. Or every time they meet people in public, it's like, oh, do you follow me on Instagram? Like, look who I am.
Yeah.
Just to try and like get people's like validation for.
Yeah. No, I perfectly agree with that. Like I thought you were gonna go down a different route with that.
What do you think I was gonna say?
That was kind of dodge.
Yeah.
Dom's bag just fell over.
It didn't fall over. Like
It kind of just like
it
crumpled up.
leaned over.
No one touched it. Anyways, but like you guys remember taking world religion back in high school?
Yes.
Do you remember that whole thing with Buddhism? Like it stuck with me till this day. Where in Buddhism they teach if you're not satisfied with what you have, you'll never be satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Which like I kind of just like kept with me from then on, because I feel like a lot of these people that like you said get the adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they just have a void that they don't know how to fill, and like the money, the fame, nothing can kind of fill that, and it's a constant like pursuit.
It's
of
like
that
a
thing.
temporary.
Yeah.
Oh, if I have 10,000 subscribers, I'll be happy. If I get 50,000,
Yeah.
and they never get that
Well,
happiness.
that's the thing,
and it
because they keep like pushing this bar, and it's like they get desensitized to their own fame and wealth, and they just want more, right?
I heard that's a big thing with like why a lot of celebrities end up like depressed or like killing themselves, because it's one of those things where it's like they're not happy right now, and they think, okay, once I land this gig, on this show, then I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
They land it, they make lots of money. They're like, okay, I was kind of happy, but like once I get in this movie, then I'll be happy. Then I've made it.
Yeah.
They land the movie, they're still not happy, and it gets to a point where they become a star and they're like, I've accomplished everything, but like I'm still not happy. Like now what do I do? Like the only thing for me to do is like, you know, like
Yeah.
not
Yeah, like I feel like the problem with a lot of them is like they source their problem in something that's not the actual problem. Like I feel like a lot of the time with like these very what we and the general public would call very successful people is that they've based like their kind of sadness on like lack of success. And they've slowly like just pursued that thinking like I could be happy if I got the success.
Yeah, once you get to the next.
But like they keep going and eventually get to this point where they're like crazy successful, known across the world, they make millions, but
they're still sad.
they're still sad because they've been attacking the wrong problem the whole time, sort of thing. Is I feel like that's what happens a lot, which is why I kind of level with them. But at the same time, when people say that money can't solve problems, have never been completely poor.
It's true.
Poverty definitely can't solve any problems.
Money can solve problems, but I guess it can't solve happiness. It can solve problems.
It can solve happiness.
I could say it could solve happiness.
It can solve happiness, but not always.
Give a homeless man $100 and tell me money can't solve happiness.
If you have all the money in the world, you're the happiest person.
I would say that.
I wouldn't say that either.
It doesn't work to extremes, but works on minimums.
Why wouldn't you say they're the happiest person in the world?
Because it just doesn't.
What if they had like a crush in like high school that they couldn't get?
Okay, but what about a poor person that can't get that crush as well?
Well, that's the thing, which is why. Like it works on one end, but not on the other.
What do you mean?
Oh, man, like have you ever heard of the Raven paradox? It's a good way to explain it, kind of.
Oh, maybe I have. Explain it.
Like it pretty much is like if you look at enough green apples, you could prove every raven is black. And like the whole reason why it works is because like if you say all ravens are black, right? That means anything that's not black is not a raven, because you have to look at the opposite end, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at enough green apples, you could then prove that all ravens are black.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you look at money making happiness, the richest person in the world isn't necessarily the happiest.
Okay, they may not be the happiest, but they're happier than the majority.
But like
I'd say so.
you can't say that poverty. Like that's what I mean when you say money doesn't solve happiness. Well, poverty doesn't either.
Well, yeah. Well, poverty definitely doesn't.
That's what I mean. So it's like
The thing.
don't give me that. We're like, you know, when really rich people are like, oh, like money hasn't done anything for me or whatnot.
Yeah, it's like
okay, donate all your money then. Go be poor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I hate when people say that.
I think like the main kind of not argument, but kind of, I guess you'd say like substance to what they're saying is that, like you see these pictures or videos of, like, kids in Africa or like third world countries that are still happy, like they're playing with dirt or like a ball that's made out of garbage.
Right.
So then people are kind of like, look, they're way happier than John, who's earning $6 million a year. You know what I mean? So like, but the thing is with that is like, well, there could be something going on in my guy's life over here. His wife could be cheating on him. His kids hate him. So there's always like that something else. That's why I don't think like, I mean, money. I don't know. Like, for me, money can solve majority of your happiness issues. You know what I mean?
I think like
you don't ever have to worry about a bill.
I don't know. Like, it's hard.
I think in the world that most of us live, like, in like the middle class is kind of like when you try and like pay off a mortgage per se. That's like such a huge thing on your life that takes up like a third of your life, right? And if you didn't have to worry about that, you'd probably just be like a happier person. But if you were to have like $50 million, you wouldn't necessarily be happy because of the 50 million. Like
no,
and that's what I mean, because like with what you're saying with like African children who seem happy and whatnot, and with what you're saying, I feel like the major problem is the exposure. Like the ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Because the problem with Instagram and whatnot is we've gone in a habit of looking at ourselves relative. Because we see another person that has success, and everyone that looks at it from like the middle class and the average person, we look at the reflection like, this could be me. Like, why isn't this me? Like, I feel it goes back to the whole Buddhism thing, where it's like, if you're not happy with what you got, you never will be. Like, those kids in Africa, they live in, like some of them live in, like, the worst conditions in the world, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're having fun kicking dirt.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, like, that's happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, if you
Yeah.
gave that kid, like, $1 million,
They wouldn't know what to do with
to
it.
them, they would be like, well, I don't even know what that, like,
No, I know, yeah.
means. Sure,
They-
I'll feed my family, that's what I'll do. Like, that's...
But I think that would be pretty big to them if they could feed their family.
No, that's what I mean. That would be, like, their happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they wouldn't need, like, a nice car.
Yeah,
Or, like,
exactly.
a crazy house. They would be so minimal with it because of how they look at it.
No, I agree with you. It's
Like,
more
they already have happiness. It's like...
Yeah, like, if you look at our generation, we're so exposed to stuff on Instagram and whatnot, and, like, the life of the rich and famous.
I don't think anybody born in, like, this generation can, like... I mean, it's hard to say, but be, like,
Contempt.
truly content.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the end, someone always has something different. Someone's
It's always,
always...
you know what it is? I saw a picture. I mean, it's more related to shoes, but it's like it's like the value of the shoe when you want it, and it's like the value of shoe when you have it, and then the value of the shoe when you sell it. So it's like whenever you have it, it's just kind of like, okay, I want this one.
Yeah.
And then once you sell it, 4 months down the road, you're like, I missed, like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like,
You know what I mean?
it's like the
And it's
grass
not
is
just
always
with shoes.
greener. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, like, even for us, right? Like, a big part of us starting this YouTube channel was us kind of looking at other people on YouTube and other people that we enjoyed, being like, man, like, you know what, they're doing it. Screw it. Like, we'll give it a go.
Yeah, we can do
Like, we're very... I feel like that's the thing about... Like, it's in human nature to show sympathy and to kind of, like, compare yourselves with the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, Instagram to, like... Like, even to our generation, it's been very bad. But you have to look at the younger ones that
Yeah,
are
it's
constantly
worse.
exposed.
I'm telling you right now, it's probably worse.
Like, especially when you...
Well, like, we're good because, like, Instagram came to us, like, after we've already, like, had our childhood.
I think
Yeah.
Instagram I mean, speaking from my perspective, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Instagram is kind of more just like an upgraded Facebook, but kind of like a more personal Facebook at the same time. Like, it's different for, like, people that are famous on Instagram, but I mean, like, for us, it's kind of more like, look at the picture I took last night with the boys at a club.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I guess it depends how you treat it. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
like,
what I mean. It's how
Yeah.
you treat it. Because there's people that are out there that are literally famous. They're making money just being on Instagram.
Yeah, like, for me, like, I don't really post that much on it. Like, I'm mostly just, like, going in to kill time.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, like it's kind of, like, crap when you're on there and, like, you're constantly getting hit with, like if you're, like, Fall Complex or, like, Modern Authority or, like, whoever you follow. Everyone follows, like a list of accounts that are showing famous people constantly, right?
Yeah.
And it's a two-way street. For those accounts, they're like, this is what people want to see. We've almost gotten addicted to, like, looking at famous people being like, damn, like, you could live that life.
Yeah. Like,
I know for me, like, I can't go to bed unless, like, 5 minutes before I'm laying on my side, like, scrolling through Instagram.
you know what's funny is
You gotta do it.
You have to do
You
it.
know what's funny? I'm the complete opposite.
Really?
In the morning, I have to look at Instagram while I'm eating my
Really?
cereal. When I go to bed,
Oh, okay.
I'll just throw it. I won't even, like, look at it. I'll just be like, okay, I'm going to bed. I'll look at all of it in the morning while I'm eating breakfast.
I'm Instagram and YouTube at night. Nothing.
I'm YouTube.
I watch YouTube in the morning.
I watch YouTube and, like, live streams at night. Like,
See, I watch them in the morning.
That's interesting. So you do Instagram at night, YouTube in the morning.
we're
Yes.
like the opposite.
You guys are the opposite. I do everything at night because my mornings, like, I wake up.
Yeah,
I dress
you have a
them.
harder morning.
Well, I mean, if we aren't going to play at night, I'll just binge YouTube.
Yeah,
live stream.
if we're not gonna play, keep up with the.
That was it because you guys were both busy on Saturday, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had, like, just forced myself to watch YouTube all Saturday. And it was just like, I was
It was
watching
weird.
things I just didn't even care about.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching some guy make, like, a terrarium for, like, a lizard.
That
for,
would
like,
be
an
so
hour.
cool to watch. I
It
don't know
wasn't.
why.
It wasn't. Like, it was just like him being like, I'm going to put some leaves here. The gecko will love that.
Like, it
You
wasn't.
know what? When I can't
Yeah.
find anything to watch
No.
on YouTube, I watch cooking videos.
I How do you do that without getting like hungry?
I do, and that's part of the thing. I'm like, I'm so hungry right now, but I have to go to bed.
You're so sadistic, man.
Yo, for me, like, I kind of...
I'm starving. I'm sweating in bed.
I don't know how people watch like Food Network, anything about
I
food.
don't.
Yo,
can't.
I'll send you both
Don't.
this whole channel
Don't.
tonight at
I'm
exactly
gonna block you on everything.
The only food thing I watch is...
I would just.
at 11:30. I'm gonna send it to you guys.
The only thing I watch that's related to food is just Hot Ones. That's the only thing I watch.
I don't watch anything related to food.
That's the only...
Even
like,
food
I
commercials, like
Hot
I
Ones
just
is-
skip right by all that. Gets me hungry, man.
Hot Ones is good. And speaking of Hot Ones, we have a new series coming
We do.
called Hot Takes
Yeah.
to the channel.
You know what? We'll update you guys right now.
We'll update you on that.
We made an attempt
It did not end.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
2 weeks
So basically, the premise of this new category, what we're gonna put out is we're gonna be eating spicy foods and watching or like doing challenges.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so what the plan is we're gonna play a variety of games, and we're gonna do a competition between the three of us, and the loser out of that game competition has to have said spicy food.
And it's gonna be like once every 2-3 week kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not gonna be
we'll be out
weekly.
often.
Yeah,
But from what we filmed,
we've learned
it just
a lot.
it just didn't work to
We filmed
release to you guys.
we filmed one, and let me tell you, it was so hot we had to throw out the whole tape.
It was hilarious. It was
It
the
was
funniest
not
thing.
funny.
It
I
was
didn't have
not.
to eat anything hot, but these two literally
It-
lost their minds.
No, it was. I've told people about it, and
You nearly got hospitalized.
I honestly
We-
thought I had
we-
to go to
we
the
were
hospital.
like-
I was in the washroom like thinking like I need to go to the hospital.
He was throwing up and pooping at the same time. Bro, I was gonna be honest with everyone. It was wild.
Yo, it was okay. I wasn't pooping at the same time, but I was close. I was
It was wild. I'm telling you guys, like we're gonna post this.
Put it this way, we learned a lot from filming that.
Yeah. So expect that coming to the channel.
Yeah, that's gonna
Within
be
the
coming
next 2
soon.
weeks.
Yeah,
For sure.
2 weeks.
Within the next 2 weeks, we'll have
Something.
one.
Yeah, and as of right now, be on the lookout for some gameplays coming up because we've been doing our thing, you know.
We have some gameplays coming out. We have one right now. We're gonna try and get a few more.
Yeah, we might try to record one tonight.
We'll try and record some.
Yeah.
Just be on the lookout for some. It's not just going to be all the podcasts. There's going to be.
We got some
videos.
stuff in the works.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah,
some stuff up our
we're
sleeves.
trying to diversify the content. Like we're gonna have the podcast, which we're looking to get on different platforms. We're gonna have the hot takes things, the gameplays,
Gameplays.
hopefully a few more things if anyone has any suggestions.
Yeah, as always, like, comment.
Like,
Please.
comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have 32 coins in yours now.
Pending one. Pending one. We're going to
Pending
review
one.
the film.
Okay.
Pending
have-
one.
Yeah, pending one.
One. Yeah, we have one in review.
Yeah. So just
Very questionable. By the way.
comment and subscribe.
Very questionable.
What you
And-
think he said?
Yeah, what you think he said,
Very questionable. 'Cause
and you're entered into the
the-
raffle to.
if
win.
you guess correctly. No.
No,
Never mind.
no,
Never
she's
mind.
making executive decisions.
Because I'm
over
racist.
here.
Anyways,
Anyway,
as always.
Thank you very much.
see you next week.